Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is June 31st. I don't know if I'm going to say happy birthday to my oldest. Don't know. I'm tired. I'm tired of this. Anyway, the reason, again, ain't nothing random, fellas. Nothing random. I talked a little bit about Muhammad al-Rawi and how Muhammad al-Rawi, Belinda, Aziz Shawqi, he knows who Muhammad al-Rawi and Sana. That's in the 80s, fellas. At the Placentia Place apartment that Aziz Shawqi rented with his ex Vicky, and I moved from LA for a couple of months, and then I had to stay at a gas station where I work with Alan Solomon. That's another subject that we have to look at the records, fella. Look at the records. Hassan, Abdul Latif, Ahmed, what's his name? Ahmed Kamal. Ahmed Kamal, the Egyptian guy, used to work for an insurance company. All of these fellas, I mean, you wanted to know exactly anything about someone, just to go and investigate, and instead of taking what people telling you. Okay? Aziz Shawqi, from the get-go, because he married to Elazit, that she hated Muslims and Islam from the get-go. And she was alarmed, and she was very disturbed that Ayman, my nephew, used to go and pray the Taraweeh prayers with me, read the Quran, and he started learning Arabic, and in fact he got married to a Muslim young lady. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala multiply young men like him. I'm so proud of him. La ilaha illallah. إنك لن تهدي من أحببت ولكن الله يهدي من يشاء. Fellas. Now, that was Aziz Shawqi. Aziz Shawqi went everywhere and threw me under the bus. I don't know. I guess his wife, he loves his wife so much that he was cheating on her every day. Okay? And I don't know, this is personal stuff. I have no say over it. He was telling me how to raise my children and how I should go back with Belinda and how, and I'm drinking and I'm this and I'm that. Okay? During the 2004, 2005, he used to borrow money from me to pay his rent. And one time, I had cash and I gave him, I wrote a check and I said, Aziz Shawqi, you got to hold it until tomorrow because I deposit some money, but they put a hold. I deposit some checks and they put a hold for 24 hours when you deposit a check. B of A, the thieves, the fraud. Aziz Shawqi went and he cashed that check, and I have many checks that they were written out, all bounced, and it was a disaster. And I went to there, I said, Aziz Shawqi, I told you. He electronically deposited the check right in that instant, and he went to cash it, and a bank do this anyway. But that's not the big deal. It is not the big deal. Azzam Shawqi, we talked about him and his wife when they came and they stayed with me. Azzam left, then he came back, brought his wife, or his wife came back when she was pregnant, have the baby in San Francisco at my sister's house, and then My sister went to Egypt, and then they came and stayed with me, her and her family, her children, Aya and Muhammad, until Assam comes back from Saudi Arabia or Egypt or somewhere. And Ines was, of course, gone. And he stayed with me like 6 weeks or so. Now, this is the apartment where right after that, my children, Hannah, Suzanne, and Sumaya, Suzanne Metz, told me that Jennifer tried to kill herself and she is hospitalized in the psychiatric care, and the children need a stable house and a parent, and that's you. So she flew them over. They came, and it was difficult for me because I was unemployed at the time and I was doing some side jobs, a gardening thing, and so I had to go back to the car business. I went back to Fairway Ford and to get the insurance and to get everything, and I got them in the school, and I did all of this. Okay? Now, before that, Assam and Aya didn't have a place, and they came and stayed with me, with my children. And I was, at the time, Teresa Wheeler was the one that doing the job for the FBI, okay, spying on me as Jennifer and Belinda and everyone else and Aiz and everyone. All right, because I say La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Don't compromise. Don't compromise my deen. I don't sell my akhirah for others' dunya. But anyway, let's proceed. You want to know who did what and when, Mr. Shaban? And do you have exhibits? Do you have proof? All right. As shall we? Oh, Assam Shawi moved with me, and his wife start treating my children like they are the one. They staying with her in her house and her husband's house, lock themselves in a room, don't feed them, abuse and use my children, and I will be working or visiting with my future wife, Yancy. Clowns. Now, and Assam will call me and start telling me how and the fight, and I used to use my mind just because being evil. All right. Now, during that time, I have Assam do the business, and I give him all the accounts that I have, the side job that I have between employment. And Assam and Aiz start to con. They lost all the accounts, and they treated the people so badly, and people were calling me because, I'm a client. And they were telling me that he does that, and he doesn't, he speak English. He doesn't know how business goes here in the United States. He came from Saudi Arabia, and he doesn't have no clue. Besides, he tried to con me out of my, no, that's my job I did, and this is this and that, and collect the payments. As Shawi came as his attorney to Fairway Ford and tell me, how can you do that to your brother? You're stealing from your own brother. As Shawi that he was borrowing money from me and bouncing my checks. As Shawi that in Iraq I give him money to go back home, to send it home, and he took it. As Shawi that when he came to Iraq, I have, let's just proceed. This is my brothers, Falas and Falats. They sold me and my children and my life for the hate of being a Muslim, being a sincere person. That's it. Who did that? They take the liberty. I don't blame the government. I don't blame the FBI. I don't blame the state. I blame people that they sell out, betrayers. And I'm not gonna, again, as I said, I'm not saying that to press charges against. I don't do this. But the state and the federal government has to realize that that's not right. That's not right. This is what has been going on in 2009. Everyone knew what was going on. They were going around. Police department was telling everyone Mohammed Shaban is a suspected terrorist and he's going to federal prison for a long time. Everybody plotted. Everybody, doctors and all. Police department, sheriff department, the state of California, a federal government, everybody sat there and have a feast and help themselves to be evil and commit crimes. And then they dialed the children in, all of them, and no exception. When I was taking the lead, when they went there and they knew that I was going to get arrested, set me up, telling them that I am abusing my children and I'm neglecting them and I am. And she was staying with me because her boyfriend got her pregnant and took off. This is what has been going on, fellas and fellats. They all been getting high since they were 11 or 12. All of them, there is no exception. All right? They all been getting high since they were children. This is what has been going on, fellas and fellats. And I am the one I've been investigated, and I'm the one been victimized, and I'm the one that every crime was justified against me because La ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasulullah. Staging murder, staging death, everything. So when we went there, I shouted you, because I sent an email to Belinda, and to Omar, I sent him a text message or email. I said, don't forget to ask Ammu Azz, he'll help you out. He hates my guts. Friends of your Belinda. Do you remember, fellas? Friends of your Belinda, the church, that they were going to India, helping people there. Fraud. You're all fraud. Azz Shawi, Asam, everybody is fraud. Everybody is committed crimes out of jealousy and out to get green card. Everyone, no exception. They sold me and my children. All right. So please, FBI, please recognize who did what and when, and stop the crimes, because Hamza is not the last. Okay. And Hamza is not. If he's dead, he's been murdered. Cold-blooded murder. Okay? I suspect very much a drug deal went bad, or you just wanted to frame me. You wanted me to go and react. Because you know that how much I love my children, you punks. Okay? That's why you didn't want to, I didn't see nobody, I didn't want to go sign, I didn't want to do nothing, and they said, oh, we burn it, oh. Like Jennifer, exactly like Jennifer and Jimmy. So please, fellas and fellats, I need somebody to come and tell me, instead of sending, staging a hoax, San Bernardino and so, and, provoke me so I can go and, somebody has to come and take responsibility. Thank you. And if any of this just crazy because I'm taking too much Skittles and I'm a terrorist and I am, please bring your exhibits, your evidence, your forensic science and your everything, and the article of the article of the Constitution of the United States of America, okay, and tell me where have I committed a crime? How did I do any of what you allege that I did, and you put me in jail and you beat me up and you justify kidnapping my children and commit every crime against them, drugging them, everything. You bring your proof and your exhibits and I bring mine, which you have. You've been spying on me for the longest time. You've been committing crimes against me and my family and millions of others. Millions of others. Because what we declare and what we stand for. And this is not new. Bring it on. Thank you. لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.